My name is James Williams Jr. Well, the effects behind me are totally screwed up. So, we're not going to go there. Tonight I seen a strange looking moon, tried to get pictures of it. And so today, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of technology. Alright? For all you guys that technology works for, I feel like I'm in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood taking off my shoes and stuff. You know, for all you guys that technology works for, that's great. You know, and I feel you, and you are blessed to have technology, and thank you for trying to teach a dumb old guy like me how to use it. Now, let me give you all a piece of advice. This is my technology. When my stomach hurts, I take some Pepto. Straight from the head. I'll be getting more of this in about an hour. Unless I fall asleep. Secondly, you know, I am a strong believer that the guy that wrote the Terminator might be closer to right than wrong. What will you do when technology becomes self-aware and realizes that it can't really die? You know, it's immortal. It doesn't have a life goal purpose other than to see what's next. Maybe tell our story when we pass. If AIs do or will exactly exist, I sure hope that I'm long dead and gone before that happens. Do I have a fear of that? No. What I have is self awareness of my self preservation mode. And you know, when I was enlisted in the military, they told us that we were ready for the zombie apocalypse. Okay, cool. So we don't have to worry about too many things like The Walking Dead happening no time soon. And again, if that does happen, I hope that I am long dead and gone. If anybody sees me as a zombie, please put me to rest. And then cremate my body. Now, you know, the thing about tech, remote control TVs. Remote controls were made for people who were totally fucking lazy, which eventually would become obese and fat people who just didn't want to get the fuck up, walk 10 steps across the room, and turn the TV with that little thing we call a dial. Now TVs don't even have buttons. They have like an arrow for volume and a upside down arrow to turn the volume down. And we have a plus or a minus to turn channels. Also, remote controls have the same thing that I was saying, except for opposite. Volume has a plus and subtraction, and the channel has an up and down arrow. So, like I said, you know, um, technology is one of those complicated things that tends to we rely on way too much. I'm actually texting someone, which is cool because I'm still getting the hang of the texting thing and hopefully not getting through any legal trouble. Anyway, the thing about technology, yeah, the thing about technology is that it's a pro to more people than me. It's a con more to me than a pro. The pro with technology, you know, I'm gonna put it out there because it's the truth. You know, hip replacements, amputees are getting arms that can function. Okay, those things are great. Hip replacement, and a knee one for this one too. But the downside on that is that I'm not able to do martial arts anymore for the moment until this thing is completely integrated into my system. I can't lift my leg any higher than that because it hurts like shit when I do so. So standing up for a long time tends to be a little bit of an issue too. And this was my stabilizing leg. So just wait till they fix my kicking leg. Other pros, you know, people who get pacemakers, heart monitors, and who have asthma and stuff like that. They get all these things that they can help use us to sustain life. So that's about the only real pro for me, is that it can help us sustain life and maintain things to keep us living a normal and productive life, which is cool to a degree. And now, like I was just saying, you know, text messaging. I'm text messaging as I do this video, still getting out the kinks. And the thing that, it makes communication easier. However, though, it also causes people to have accidents while they're driving, or worse things. And, they have all these like apps and emojis and all these things that I have no idea what in the hell they are. And I do know what the one that looks like a piece of chocolate is. It is actually a piece of shit. Thank you, Deadpool. Because if not for that, I probably would have thought it was a piece of chocolate too. Anyway, freaking now they have the new Pokemon Go thing where you can walk and go just about anywhere, and on your cell phone, your GPS will let you locate where there's a Squirtle or a Pikachu or some shit like that. Alright, at 42 years old, I have no idea how to play that, so pretty much I'm not going to download that. And to everybody on Facebook who keeps inviting me to Invasion, I'm going to download that. And I'm going to try to play it at least one time. And if I don't like it, then I won't be playing it, so give me a minute. After all, I am 42, and I'm really not into cell phone games outside of the Marvel and the Spider-Man Future Fight and Clash of Champions. Those are the only games I play because they remind me of Street Fighter. Those are games that I like to play. Anything that involves like war or me shooting up people, I'm not down with that. But anything that involves superheroes, yeah, all damn day. See the shirt, Avengers, yeah. Captain America, yeah, that kind of thing. But as for like other games, I'm really not into that. And again, a con for me because everyone's doing it, and I'm too stupid to figure it out. So technology, it can go either way for anybody. For me, I'm like a baseline tech guy. I need it because it's a necessity. It's a necessity to be able to talk to people. So damn near everybody has a cell phone in America. Can't say the same thing about other countries, but for the most part, unless you're in a third world country, just like extremely poverty stricken, then you probably don't have a cell phone. If you're in America, some of the poorest of us, myself being one of them, have a cell phone. Now, granted, there are cell phone companies that now you can get a cell phone for $35 a month, but see, they get you when you buy the phone. That's how they get you. You're paying like $400 or $500 for a phone, and the next damn thing you know, before you know it, you have to buy a new phone. And it becomes a problem. So again, there's pros and cons. I've seen commercials now where they're like $35 a month, and they have like the newest Galaxy or the newest iPhone, and I'm like, yeah, I couldn't pay for the newest iPhone with the people that I have. I'll be damned if I'm gonna pay it and have to pay $35 a month. Look, I'm not promoting Straight Talk, right? They're not the greatest, but they're all I can afford. I'm not gonna downsize and go to someone who's promising me $37 a month. And with Straight Talk, straight up and down, it's $45 a month, but it's actually $47 with the tax and all that crap. But it's a base set rate, and I can make a call from damn near anywhere as far as I know. And I can text from damn near anywhere, and my price hasn't gone up even if I've downloaded something. So yeah, I'm not leaving them. They've been good to me. Plus, I have an idiot-proof phone number. So yeah, I kind of got to keep it until I can get better money coming in. So again, pro and con. The con is the customer service isn't always great, and whoever I speak to most of the time, their accent is too thick, and I can't understand them. I know that they're Indian, the ones with the dots, not the feathers, not my kind. Anyway, You know, I wasn't trying to sound like a racist there, but most of the time I get people who don't really speak English very well. And then there was that one time that guy that didn't understand that I put money in the bank and they're supposed to take it out, and they didn't take it out because they didn't tell me that I had to renew it, even though they were supposed to just take it out of the bank until such and such a time is up. And they don't let you know when the time is up, they just cut off your damn phone. Secondly, the guy called me an asshole and a motherfucker, and he hung up on me. And if I was them at Straight Talk, I would fire his ass, or I would give the guy who he called a motherfucker a free ticket down to wherever the hell they are so that I could throw him a beating. Because, you know, if I'm willing to pay my money and I'm trying to get my phone back on, the least you can do is respect me enough to let me or help me or whatever the hell the deal is so that there is no conflict. Because I like using my phone and I love Straight Talk. But some of the customer services, in light of special events that's been happening in America, I would probably not use the words that I want to use. But, you know, some of the customer service representatives need to be backslapped a couple of times. Like when Batman smacked that ninja in that episode Night of the Ninja, where he, like, pap, pap, and, like, double smacked him, smacked the taste out of his mouth. Yeah, some of those guys need that. However, at Straight Talk, I will say that none of the women operators have ever treated me foul. But the men operators, they all need my boot up their ass. Now, before I close this out, you know, I want to say that no matter what side of the track you're on, where it's more pros for you or more cons for you, you know, technology has become a necessity. It has become a means to an end and a way of life for many of us here in the world. For me, it's a means to an end. It's not so much a way of life, you know. I don't text and drive, but mostly because I drive a stick shift. Now, I will text if I'm in the passenger seat. If I'm in the driver's seat, well, you know what? I'm not going to answer the phone, even if it rings. My message on my phone is a little crude and rude, and it tells people, you know, if I'm not answering, it's because I'm in the bathroom, I'm sleeping, I'm driving, or I'm doing something else of vital importance. Now, one of my cousins doesn't like that message, and everyone else who I've talked to likes the message, so I haven't changed the message. But on that same breath, you know, he could be right, he could be wrong, but I am just not that deep into tech. Now, on the other hand, you talk about like a PlayStation 3 or a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 5 or a PlayStation whatever the hell they're coming out with, I'm down to get that. For me, that tech is a plus and a pro. But other techs is just like, you know, fucking Ponzi scheme. I really don't want to get into that. But I will tell you this, and this specifically is not a stab at PlayStation, but it's food for thought because I love the PlayStation ever so much. I remember the first time PlayStation came out. And I'm not sure if my brother went and bought an extra controller or if it came with an extra controller. But all of a sudden you had to buy memory cards. And my little brother and I had to play Tomb Raider almost for 3 days straight because we didn't have a memory card. And now, a few years down the road, you guys finally got a brain and decided to make the machines hold memory. Which you could have just done in the first place with the first PlayStation, the second PlayStation, and now in the third PlayStation, the fourth PlayStation. Oh, well, we don't have to save up all that stuff. We don't have to buy external hard drives. And like I said, this isn't a stab, but it kind of makes it seem like you guys are running a Ponzi. Alright? And you're not alone. You're not alone. Atari or Nintendo did the same thing. And not the Super NES, because that you could the game saved it hella high water and saved it. But when you got to like the GameCube or whatever, you had to have a memory card. I was like, wait a minute, the Super NES, you know, that looks like the PlayStation, it's got the purple buttons. Well, whenever you played that game, you could just save the game onto the game and you could pick it up from right there. But when you got the GameCube, you needed to get a bloody memory card the size of a freaking damn centimeter. So I love you guys, but don't run Ponzi schemes on poor people. at least give us some kind of heads up. Hey, we got this new game system coming out. Oh, well, the game's like $300. The extra controller is $50, and the memory card is $35. You probably want to know that before you go and buy this for any children. Would have been great to know that when these systems first came out. And in closing, one more thing about technology, which is a total con for me. It's hypocritical because of what I just said. But see, when video games first came out, I was a little boy, and they were actually 15 quarters around or whatever. Because you get addicted, you just start throwing quarters in there, especially like the Ninja Turtle game and Ninja Gaiden and things like that. Whatever happened to the good old fashioned arcade? Wobble 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 wobble, Pac-Man, or Dirk the Daring and Dragon Slayer, but most importantly, Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Turtles. And then there was those shoot 'em up games. I didn't really play that. I did play Narc though, which was awesome. And you guys probably should remake that. There's a lot of video games that you guys should remake when you're listening to this. So if you're listening to this, first let me thank you. Sorry if I offended any of those guys that PlayStation or GameCube or even Sega or freaking Xbox. I'm not an Xbox fan. I'm a PlayStation fan. Forever and forever. Anyway, in closing, thank you guys for listening. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. This has been the pros and cons of technology. Be seeing you. Even the fish were technically messing up, so this kind of works out.